welcome to the Acid Trash Jamboree, back after a much-needed break. Okay, so today I'll be easing myself back into things with a short and sweet episode, taking a look at a rather unpleasant little film made notorious during the heyday of the video Nasties, namely the 1976 effort The House on Straw Hill, which stars Udo Kier as Paul Martin, a deeply troubled novelist who is haunted by disturbingly bloody and erotic hallucinations. Holed up in a remote country cottage to work on his latest book, with only the housekeeper, Mrs. Aston, for occasional company. Martin hires a young woman named Linda Hindstadt, played by the Blood on Satan's Claw legend Linda Hayden, as his typist and all-round dog's body. Whilst Hindstadt appears innocent enough to begin with, as time goes by, we start to see a more sinister side to her personality, which only intensifies when Martin summons his on-off girlfriend, Suzanne, played by glamour legend Fiona Richmond, to the cottage. So what's the deal with Martin's little helper? And by the way, just who is leaving the trail of mutilated corpses about the place? Okay, so if you're familiar with the whole UK video Nasties outrage of the 1980s, then you'll no doubt be aware that when the uncut version of this film made it onto VHS under the alternative title Exposé, it ended up as one of the 39 titles prosecuted under the Obscene Publications Act, and was subsequently banned, the uncensored cut only seeing the light of day again in 2013 thanks to the Severin Company. And whilst it's far from being the most deplorable film ever made, as I mentioned at the start, The House on Straw Hill is still a rather unpleasant little psychodrama, with a darkly seedy and sordid atmosphere that lingers in the mind long after the credits have rolled. Obviously, the title hints at this one perhaps being a big rip-off of a different 70s shocker, Straw Dogs. And there are definitely more than a few nods to Sam Peckinpah's classic here. Though personally, I'm also reminded of things like Jose Ramon Larraz's 1974 gem Symptoms, and even Robert Altman's Images along the way, albeit with the creepiness of those movies toned down somewhat, and the sleaze factor turned up to 11. The presence of Fiona Richmond here pretty much guaranteed that element. That said, Hayden offers up some rather eye-opening scenes of her own, scenes which she now openly regrets taking part in. Straw Hill isn't solely about the source, though. As I said, there's some grisly bloodletting on offer too, as well as a certain amount of mystery. Whilst the plotting isn't exactly what you'd call deep, it still keeps you guessing for a time, even as it turned out on my second viewing. Throw in some lovely pastoral scenery, and a smattering of psychedelic, trippy-dippy visuals, and you've got a film that ticks a lot of boxes for me. Just to reiterate, it's certainly not the most grotesque or violent film out there, even just in relation to its friends on the video Nasties list. But if you want to watch a 70s film ripe with a dark, brooding, erotic tension, then by all means give this one a shot. As a fitting bonus, Severin also included a surprise disc containing the classic 2005 documentary Ban the Sadist Videos, which is an essential watch if you want the full lowdown on the whole video Nasties scandal. Okay, so I can't finish without saying a huge thank you to everyone who supported the channel since its inception in late 2023. A few days back I finally hit 100 subscribers, which doesn't sound like much in this day and age of mega YouTubers, but means a lot to my humble little channel. So thank you very much to everyone who's watched, commented and subscribed so far. If you're new to these parts, feel free to check out the archive for more musings on films and music, and I'll hopefully catch you again soon on the Acid Trash Jamboree.